war, a nation, in Lincoln's words, conceived in liberty. Harriet Tubman was instrumental in rescuing slaves seeking liberty through the Underground Railroad. The Lovings' desire for liberty to marry overturned restrictive laws prohibiting racial intermarriage. The historical figures sharing the Lee surname, William Lee, Richard Lee, Light Horse Harry Lee, all distinguished themselves in the American Revolution, fighting to liberate the colonies from British rule. The unifying theme here is liberty, a founding concept for the Republic and a beacon for the future. Because of the unifying theme and the enduring aspiration to advance this concept, and I thank a recent letter writer for this phrase, and because I believe it is important to lift up the promise of liberty as a precious and vulnerable gift that stretches all the way from our men and women founders to each successor generation, Washington Liberty is my choice for the name. Thank you again to the heartfelt and eloquent comments of my colleagues, and a special thank you to the members of the renaming committee, all of them, for their difficult and their important work. And I'm now going to call for a vote. Oh yeah, I will remind us of the motion.
The motion was to support the renaming committee's recommendation to rename Washington Lee as Washington Loving High School.
Okay, so all in favor of that motion, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
And opposed, please indicate by saying nay.
Nay.
Nay. And that motion fails 2-3.
Mr. Chair, I have a motion.
Please.
I move that the school board rename Washington Lee High School, Washington Liberty High School.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Board members, are there any clarifying questions or comments prior to voting on the motion? Nancy?
I will support the motion by my colleagues to rename Washington Lee Washington Liberty. As was evident in my prior motion, my preference was to support the recommendation of the renaming committee. However, the name Washington Liberty was also recommended as an alternate name by the renaming committee. It was its second choice. I join my colleagues now in supporting this name. I ask now, with this name change in place, or what will be in a few minutes, that we all work together to support our community and this school. There has been a great deal of emotion on all sides around this renaming. It's time to come together and to remember that this is still a great community, a great school with great students and great alumni. Thank you again to the renaming committee. Let's come together now and move forward together.
Thank you. Other comments before we vote? Monique?
Thank you, Chair Goldstein. In the spirit of trying to move along together, while we did not pass the motion to rename the school Washington Loving, which was the committee's first choice, I will join my colleagues in supporting a new opportunity, a new generation for WNL by voting to rename it Washington Liberty.
Thank you. Thank you. So I got a couple of brief comments here before we vote, and I want to assure people that we have not been taking this lightly. This process has gone on for the better part of 18 months, and as I mentioned last time, 4 of us up here on the dais have Washington Lee students, Washington Lee graduates, or children who will be Washington Lee graduates soon. I want to point out that this name change will not change for the Washington Lee alumni, will not change your alma mater. It's not going to change your diploma. Don't send your diploma in to us. We're not going to erase it and reletter the name. It's not going to change your education. It's not going to change you as good citizens and as representatives of Arlington Public Schools and of the high school you went to. And it's not going to change the great high school experience that you had. it's not going to erase history. That history has been taught and will be taught the same way it's taught in the rest of the 9,000 high schools in this country whose names do not contain the Lee name. And we will continue to teach the complicated and the enigmatic legacy of Robert E. Lee. And how it reflects APS's values. Washington, the new name, which we've not voted on yet, will carry on the outstanding traditions of the school that built Arlington. The faculty, the curriculum, the student body all remain the same, and the only change is the name. And I thank a recent letter writer for that phrase also. So, moving on, I'm going to call for a vote. And the motion is, would you restate it, please?
I move that the school board rename Washington Lee High School, Washington Liberty High School.
Thank you. And all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
And all opposed, please indicate by saying nay. And that motion passes 5-0. Thank you very much.